So a little while ago there, I just got out of a post-sunset surf. Actually managed to catch my 3 waves just in time. Pretty much emptied out by then, which is sweet. I was hoping to link up with the Spaniard dude that lives the life and has one of those awesome station wagons. You know, the green colored ones, the Subarus, the classics. And we'll have to have that happen another time. But on my way back, I saw there was some police tape set up. I was gonna pull over and check out a little bit more about what was going on with that scenario. But I ended up encountering a guy. I was just interested in hearing what he had to say.
With that?
180 days ago, I walked to my door at my apartment.
Where is that? Here in Santa Cruz?
Yeah, above Plymouth Street. I do sit down.
Oh yeah, I was about to get into his story.
What are you doing here?
I just came from a surf, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah?
There's another guy that came along and totally made me pivot on the type of video I was about to shoot. I had to go around a weird way because of the traffic stop. And I thought, what the hell, I'm gonna really hate myself if I don't stop and ask them if it turns out to be something big later, right? And then I talked to her.
I thought you were talking to me.
I will.
Don't interrupt when someone's talking.
You will.
I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, I did. I caught like 3 waves today.
Excellent. I did it for years. My big problem now
Really?
is that I smoke like a broke stove.
Oh no.
So I can still paddle out. I'm thinking about getting a longboard.
Oh yeah? What's your name, bro?
Yeah.
Gibbs.
Never
Gibbs?
mind. I'm leaving.
Gonna see him on all the surfing magazines. But anyways, my YouTube channel is called Frequency Horizon. It's like surf culture and like local news updates when I can.
Is that right?
You know
I
what?
just started
you're,
it, yeah.
You're a fucking asshole. You're fucking rude. But no, you're fucking you too.
Okay.
You let him interrupt us? That's fucking rude.
I was about to get back to you. You wanna come back? I'll interview you right now.
I gotta go try to make some money.
What do you, yeah,
I play guitar.
yeah.
Which one are you interviewing?
You.
Then why you talking to him?
If you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, Frequency Horizon.
Okay, well I'll meet you back here in a little bit when you're done with this guy and I'll play a couple songs for you.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, and if not, I'll see you around. I live in the area, so.
Well,
Oh, God.
I've got a lot to do, so it's hard to catch up to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Why don't you play me a song right now?
Well,
You're a fucking retard.
that's why.
Yeah. Well,
I guess I will.
Come to my
Yeah.
cat. Come to my cat.
yeah, I hear a couple. Sorry about that, man.
That's all right. There's a lot going on right now.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, for one, you can call myself a veteran of the Cold War.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well,
It was a Cold War, not a hot war, right?
well, no. If you don't know what the Cold War is, then that's
It
okay.
means you work for NORAD or what?
No.
You're tracking Santa around North America or what? Basically?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm from Canada, bro.
Are you?
I just moved up here while I was down in LA. I moved up here about, I'd say 3-4 months ago now. And so we were, partners in the Cold War, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But why is it crazy times, man? Just in general, you're saying?
Well, in the 80s, Santa Cruz was the murder capital of the world.
Of the world?
Yes. Santa Cruz was the murder capital of the world per capita. The amount of people that it had and the amount of people that were disappearing.
Okay.
We had the Zodiac Killer.
I've been working together with 2 other codebreakers for a while now. Our thinking was, if Zodiac rearranged the cipher message somehow, let's try to find out how. Boom! Suddenly got a really clean message. At this point, I jumped out of my chair and yelled, "Holy shit!"
We had the Trailside Killer. We had several killers.
Okay.
And I have visions.
Visions?
Visions.
Uh-huh.
So I'm at a certain place and this young girl died and she came to me in the vision. Now these are waking visions. Sometimes I have, the Bible says that your old men will dream dreams and your young men will have visions. Sometimes I can actually see what's going on while I'm awake, and other times when I'm asleep, then I wake up and then I have to go, okay, how's the prophecies unfold today? And as I go out through my day, I see cues to those particular prophecies. In the waking vision, this girl, about 9, was killed by the guy and dumped in a river. This is what she told me. She He's about 6'1", about 250 pounds. Got 2 scars on this side of his face right here, almost like teardrops. I just hope I'm not getting it wrong.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to try to stay true to, you know, reflecting what you actually saw in your mind's eye, I guess, right?
Yeah, and it makes me wonder, because the person who has kills will put teardrops on this coming down like this, bloody tears. And a person that has the teardrops here on the side instead of underneath their eye, I don't know exactly what that means. I don't know if it's a satanic way of doing it. So I have to remiss and take a step back and look at the reality of situations, because the reality of situations is, if he's on our side has 2 tears, then hopefully no people will disappear in Santa Cruz again.
Sorry guys, excuse us.
And I see that in you. Yeah. And I appreciate the fucking shit out of it.
As far as I can tell, that the guy is now walking with the limp. So the other guy,
So you've seen this person in reality?
yeah.
You never told me that part.
The first time that I saw him was in McDonald's down here, about 2.
On Ocean there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he had a kid in his arms.
Get a what?
He had a kid in
A kid in his arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, the bus. That's why I keep.
The kid started screaming, calling me uncle, brother, friend, everything. I didn't know what the hell to do. There was tons of people in the place.
Like a baby or something.
Well, she was probably about 7.
7 maybe.
I have been just informed that I should not put all of the information out in public.
Just now as I'm talking to you.
Yes.
How did that come to you? Like, did I inspire that? Because that'd be pretty sweet.
Low frequency ham radio. That sounds crazy.
You're only saying that because you know this is for my Frequency Horizon YouTube channel. And I appreciate what you're doing, but I don't need you to help me with, like, playing into my thing. Just tell me the truth, bro.
I am.
So tell me, how does this feel when these frequencies hit your noggin, bro? Or does it come in through your tibia?
Sit down, you're gonna hear me. It's okay. I'm not only insane.
I never said that.
No, I did. I'm a ghost hunter from way back.
That doesn't surprise me. That's the least surprising thing you said so far. Have you known any of these people that have disappeared? Or you just hear about
one
them?
girl that I mentioned earlier, and I have to be careful what I do say. Well, I'm gonna hold. Okay, watch my hands. I'm gonna show you. This one's what's going on here, there. If you know sign language, you might know what that means, but my hands don't move like they used to. He sees up on me. I don't have much time left to play guitar.
I'll take what I can get, homie.
Old man of mine, yeah. I need to drink my water before I sing.
The least I could do. What do you think of Santa Cruz?
Well, Santa Cruz is a vortex. There are caves that go from here to Scotts Valley. Out of town. Oh, there's a pain in the underground. Words aren't coming today.
There's always days like that, aren't there?
Well, part of the problem is I'm in pain.
What kind of pain?
I'm in physical pain.
From what? What happened?
Spiritual pain.
And what happened to your kneecap?
I was climbing up a hill in my sandals instead of my boots and slipped and hit my face hit the ground and I scraped my knee and scraped my face. All the conjecture and the things that I get confused and everything else that is going on in the reality, put all that aside. I will give you the absolute facts. The absolute fact is Santa Cruz is a vortex. We have had several, I don't know how many, let's see, 1, 2, 3, probably 5 serial killers in my lifetime. Right here. The first body that I found was when I was 8 years old.
You got some serious vibes going on, bro.
So, back to the absolute. With all these different killers and being a bone collector and a ghost hunter, sometimes I get overloaded. And then I get my facts right or wrong and the things get meshed together and then I have to sit down and take a minute and pull it together in my own brain, and so I make sure I get it right because these things are very important. And when you're a bone collector ghost hunter, you get residuals. And it's sort of funny because it's almost like you become that other person for a moment, and it's horrible. The song's about my grandpa. like heart's desire. The sound is heard, a wolf in the dark. Twinkling creek is music to the heart. In the tones, feelings within, and begin. And the oldest speaks out in low tones, feelings within, they begin to flow. Old man am I, but I'll never cry. When I think about those who died. I'd rather fight Hitler and the Reich than this war in our own country. And fire, flames hit the good, like heart's desire. The young envision days to come, the old they ponder, days now gone. The sound is heard, a wolf in the dark, twinkling creek is music to the heart. Then the oldest speaks out in low tones, feelings within, they begin to flow. I remember times of joy and strife. Old man am I, but I'll never cry. But when I think of those who died, rather fight Hitler and the Reich than this war in our own backyards, you see. Grandpa, I'm in pain. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm ready to cry. That's one of my signature songs that I normally play perfect. But I think my grandpa's soul is disturbed right now. And my soul is definitely disturbed. And because of that, it's bringing a confusion to things that I have endeavored to Those are all jazz notes, last part. But this is what I'm worried about. I'm worried that that none of the gendarmes are going to have enough ability or understanding to be able to actually simply stop things, that horrible things that have happened. And for those of us that are ghost hunters and bone collectors, and that we don't have enough that have backup in our spiritual reality. And then that overwhelms somebody and it causes confusion, and then things, when they come in confusion, a person who is absolutely sure of being able to do something at a certain time, and then all of a sudden hits confusion because he's overwhelmed by the spirits and by not having any support. Then that person becomes ineffective. If that person is ineffective, it's difficult for him to bring his practicalities and spiritualities into the same existence. And I wrote a limerick that says, practicality trumps spirituality, but practicality wouldn't be if it wasn't for spirituality. So they have a...
That wasn't a limerick, by the way.
Oh, well, whatever. Well, whatever.
Hey, what was that last song called, dude?
I haven't named it yet.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do is I'm trying to get enough money together actually to cut a CD.
Okay.
And I had some people here last night, a great band, a great group, and we were gonna get together and do it, but I got distracted. Because on the way I found clues of stuff that really bothered me. I'll show you. One of them. This, like I said, I'm a bone collector, and I just come across these things sort of inadvertently. I'm led to them. I follow the signs and I watch and I go to them. I hope I have it with me. What it is half of a human skull, and I got to bring it to somebody and find out if that's really what it was and how old it is. My own self is not at peace. And because I'm not at peace right now, the interview is not at all like myself.
That's okay.
So,
That makes it more interesting because it means that you're finding a way through, and it's a lot more interesting to go through that than it is just to sit there and have everything perfect and kumbaya, and then it's kind of boring because you know how that's gonna go, right? With this, who knows how it's gonna turn out, right? I don't know what song you're gonna play next.
this song is actually a part of something that I can't do singing right now for some reason.
That's okay.
I'm too broken up, and I have to be right in the right space to get it. Normally, I can. Now, when you do concerts, what a person will do a lot of times is you have a personal secretary that takes care of all the shit that could clog up your mind, and then you have producers and directors that deal with a lot of stuff that could also get in the way. However, some entertainers like see, now I'm gonna forget the name, but there's a country entertainer that just recently went pop. What's her name? Tall, skinny kid. She does it all herself. She directs those. She does all the stage.
You're not talking about Taylor Swift, are you?
Yeah.
How did I know?
And we have a girl here from Santa Cruz that is now in Nashville. We have another guy from Santa Cruz who's also in Nashville now. They're doing country music. Santa Cruz is an incredible place. Not only does horrible, horrible things happen, but we also come up with some of the best athletes and entertainers than anywhere. I'm sorry that you caught me in a bad headspace, and I'm also sorry that I'm foolish sometimes. But my name is Gibs, and I fear, because I keep telling people don't go out alone, especially young kids. But since this sequester and they shoved everybody into houses, this is how smart our government is. Biology 101. A virus is bred in humid, close quarters. Okay, so here we have this virus. Let's shove everybody in little boxes where it's humid and close so that they can breed the virus. And the virus is real. The Dominican hospital is overloaded. They're doing, they've got people at the church on Lower West Side. It's a Presbyterian church. They have people in there. It is real. But they had all the showers off too on for a while. I guess they turned them back on because I was bitching about torting the government because they turned off the showers so that people can't keep clean.
Where was that?
They have showers on East Cliff, West Cliff, and here that you can go down, and a homeless person can go down, especially if you surf. You're down by the beach, you can clean yourself up, keep yourself from being stanky. And being, you know, a carrier, and
oh, you mean the public ones for surfers and stuff, right?
Yeah,
those ones, yeah.
I don't hang out with homeless people. I don't go to the homeless shelter, and mostly because I don't like a lot of people on the streets, and I think that if you want to better yourself, you're gonna try to hang out with better people, and you're gonna try to do better.
Are you currently facing housing instability, would you say?
Yeah. Housing instability. It's irrelevant, but I do plan, and this is something that I don't mind actually getting out there. I do plan on putting together a feed for the homeless on West Cliff. I've been trying to get it together. I had a couple guitar players that boned out on me. Somebody stole my phone. I've been trying to get enough money to get another phone. I can get a used one for a couple bucks and start my service over again. But a lot of my contacts and everything is missing. So a lot of people have a tendency to steal things, especially in this area. West Cliff is not as bad. At least it wasn't for a while. East Cliff is not as bad. But what we're planning to do with the feed on West Cliff is have a couple of guitar players, 2 or 3, and some music, plus like a beer tasting thing and a feed, so that the homeless will have hope and possibly some networking connections to try to get maybe even small gardening jobs and other things that they could do that actually might get them off their ass and give them some hope and get them out of the dirt. But all that said, I don't have an internet or anything like that. Someone was supposed to be doing that for me because I don't have those abilities. And even when I have my phone, it's difficult for me to do. So I'm sort of at a standstill right now. And I'm really sorry that I feel so pained tonight. Part of it is because my personal needs are not being met. And the other part is because there are a lot of people that love me and loved ones and those that pass away that are sort of counting on me to be able to get all this right and get it done. And that's pressure. And then, here I am with $1.50 in my pocket and can't go get the other phone that's only $10. I think that people should always have hope. And if you shove them in little housing areas and have them all stay in these ridiculous fucking tents and everything else, and it's par for the course, I suppose.
Probably better than going in and arresting all those people, though, right?
Oh, they can't arrest them anyway. There's nothing they can arrest them for. That's not the point. The point that I'm saying is, if you choose to group together with homeless on the streets and not choose to network with people that you can get at least small jobs with or do something for yourself, then you're choosing death. And so I have a lot of respect for the guys that go outside of that pocket and do other things and try their hardest. One of my problems has been that every time I get it together, I have this great resistance because I quit my job 10 years ago in regards to ghost hunting and stuff like that, and I wanted to do something different with my life because I felt so overburdened and I needed to have a seance and get rid of some of the spirits, and I have not been able to do that, but I've got some wherewithal and it's going to happen.
Do you ever think that maybe if you got back into surfing that might help?
I love surfing, bro, and I love getting down there, but I can't breathe anymore. I've got OCPD, was a coronary respiratory disorder.
Is that from smoking?
It's from smoking since I was like 10. Started smoking when I was I chewed tobacco from 10 to 20. And then to get off chewing tobacco, I started smoking like a broke stove. And for several years, I was chewing and smoking. And then finally, what actually caused the problem with the respiratory thing is I used to work out all the time. I was very healthy. I was a letterman in high school, wrestling and football, Pop Warner, cross country, all that. And I came back from a jog one day, fell down in my place and lit up a cigar like an idiot, and just burned my lungs so bad. I've had problems ever since. But that's neither here nor there. And like I said, I do apologize, sir, that I do not completely have my she's it together, and it's mostly because I'm extremely burdened today. What's the date today?
That's a tough question, bro. February 22nd.
It's my son's birthday.
It's your son's birthday? How old is he?
He is now 23.
All right. So, let's say you could send this to your son. What's your happy birthday message for your son? I mean, you must be proud of him.
Don't give up hope, boy. Saw my daughter yesterday.
You saw her yesterday?
My daughter. It's really weird. My daughters I can always spot right away, but my sons, they'll be standing right next to me sometimes because I don't see them all the time, you know? My one son, he gets mad at his dad. right here, Dad. Oh, you little shit. See something next time.
You have more than one son?
I've got 7 kids altogether.
7 kids. You're prodigious, bro.
Well, you know, God said, you know, be fruitful, multiply, right?
How come you have a flashlight with you?
Because it gets dark sometimes.
Cool.
That's sort of a stupid question.
No, I just wanted to make sure. Well, I thought maybe it was a flask.
No, I wish I had a flask.
You never want to assume things, right? That's the thing. Never want to assume. Hey, I'm gonna let you go, dude. I gotta go mosey on down to the old editing studio and whatnot. We've been chatting for a long time. I've gotten to know you a little bit, and you know, it seems like you're from Santa Cruz and you know this area pretty good. When you look at where you're at and where you want to go, what's your final thoughts as far as, you know, the reflections from the evening, or any little conclusion for me today? What do you think?
This is what I would say. I love Santa Cruz. It is insane. And there's a lot of things that happen here that people don't understand. It's hard for me to understand sometimes. But if you come here, enjoy it. But go out in groups. Protect yourself and be smart. Because it's a vortex. It's been a vortex forever. You've heard of the Bermuda Triangle. We have caves, I mentioned. We have, for some reason, there's been groups here that have gravitated and grown. And just remember that there's a lot of ghosts and there's a lot of Indian burial grounds. My final words are, I'm not sure what I took with me tonight. This represents a tear from Prudence, who's a holy angel. I mean, and actually when Prudence...
Is that a rock?
No, this is just a spongy thing. And
Spongy thing? Okay.
But the reason why it represents that is because, well, it's a long story, and that's a sidetrack. I'll talk to you about that something else.
Okay. Yeah, we can talk about that some other time.
Let me see.
I mean, if I found a human skull, I would definitely probably make sure to keep it. But I know how things go missing these
I
days.
certainly hope I didn't lose it. This is not it. This is another bone.
You got a lot of pockets. You got to, I guess, as a bone collector.
Yeah, I hope I didn't leave them in my place because I have to be really careful about that. Gosh darn it. You know what, this Prudence tear has to stay. Okay, this is also a bone.
So this isn't the skull, but this is something else.
Yeah. We have uranium. Oh, this is the skull. We have uranium here too. I mean, not uranium, but tyranium. So this is a piece of a human skull. It's very old.
How do you know it's not just like a plaster, or like, you know what I mean, ceramics or something? I mean, I don't know one way or the other. I'm not saying what it is or isn't. What made it of interest to you, or like your expert opinion, I guess?
Because those tyranium deposits, and tyranium deposits grow around graveyards.
Oh yeah?
When you dig them up.
Okay. Well, thanks for showing me, man. What's your last thought about this? You know, just because we didn't really talk about that earlier much, but why is it that you want to, or what are you hoping to do now that you have it? Like, what are you hoping to find out, or like, who do you hope to take it to like, what's the next step for you?
Well, I have to bring it to someone that I can trust, and that's all. So there's people.
All right. Well, thank you for your songs tonight, man.
Well, I appreciate the fact that that you care, and I appreciate what you're doing. And like I said, let me get your number, and I can do a better set for you. And I'm hoping to get enough money together to make a short CD that has my political forum, because the house divided against itself shall not stand. Remove the Electoral College and insert the Independent Party, because then we would have a tiebreaker and we wouldn't need the Electoral College. And some people say that it's because they want small interest groups and other groups to have a vote in the presidency, but that's ridiculous. Most people know what they want. The popular vote should absolutely vote in our president instead of the Electoral College, because it's the Electoral College that brings up all the lawsuits and all the problems. The Electoral College caused the problem. And according to Bible prophecy and many other prophecies, Moab and a few others, if we don't have a three-party system, America does not go into the future. It begins to separate in 25 years, and in 150 years, Texas will be completely sovereign. There's going to be riots all over the place. It's going to be bad news, man. Don't believe me, I'm just an old hobo. That is all.